What are some things you've learned from video games that you can apply to the real world?
I actually treat, or sometimes I treat life as a video game where a lot of the obstacles I have to go through are different levels. And at the end of the level, there's a treasure, and that's the goal I want to reach.
How often do you play video games?
I try to play whenever I get the chance. Between school and work, I don't really have much time, but whenever I come home after that, I like to just get on and relax, play with everyone, talk, and do whatever we need to do.
Your favorite video game and why?
My favorite video game is Pokemon because I've just grown up playing it. It was the first video game I ever played, and it's still coming out today, so I still get a sense of nostalgia while seeing something new.
What other things do you enjoy doing besides playing video games?
I like to draw and read and go out with my friends, just do fun stuff whenever I get the chance.
Have video games ever helped you through a tough conflict? How so?
Video games have kind of always been there for me, and whenever I went through moments of depression and just parts of life where I just didn't know what I wanted to do, it was always there and it helped me relax and kind of just think.
Do you play video games online? Have you made any friends online? Do you play games online with friends you already know?
I started out playing just video games by myself, and then as I grew up, I started playing video games online. I met a lot of people online, but most of the ones I still play with today are the friends I met through high school and their friends as well. We've known each other for almost a decade now, and it's not like we're just friends anymore. We're kind of like brothers who play games all the time.
Find yourself looking forward to playing video games after work or school? Would you say that this improves your mood?
I do, because after like a productive day of doing either work or school work, I like to just come home and I don't feel guilty not having done anything productive. So after that, coming home, playing games is like a great end to my day.
Do you play any video games that require something to be done in the real world? Do you have fun with these kinds of games? Why?
I do. I mostly play Pokemon Go, where you just have to kind of go out and walk around like a trail or a park, anything like that. Um, I love them because it actually helps you get out instead of a lot of other games that just you stay inside and you're not really active or productive. So I do play this as much as I can, and I love it.
Do you have products based off of video games, like clothes or decorations?
I do for some of my favorite games like Pokemon and stuff. I like to have their T-shirts and like their posters on my wall. I love to just wear the T-shirts around and have people who recognize and play the game as well come up to me and talk to me about it because it's like you're getting to know um, other people who have the same interests as you. So yes, I do have a good bit of stuff.
Have you ever thought about pursuing a career in video games? If so, what and why?
I used to want to become a game designer when I was very young in middle school and the beginning of high school. I just loved video games so much. I wanted to work for something I love to do for the rest of my life. And now I still wouldn't mind working for a video game, any kind really, but I would rather just be the artist. I would rather draw for the video game instead of actually become the designer um, for uh, like League of Legends or WoW, any kind of Blizzard game really. That's what I would like to do.
Have you ever been to a video game convention? How's connecting with other gamers?
I've been to a few conventions. MomoCon and DragonCon were probably my favorite. Uh, with those, a lot of people are going for the games and or like anime, manga, all that stuff. So I felt like I could really connect with a lot of the people there, and it was a lot of fun. You just get to see new things, meet new people, and just have fun with the things you like.
Have you ever played video games competitively or in a tournament? How is your competitive spirit?
I don't usually play in a tournament. Most of the time, I like to play with my friends in like mini tournaments, and we mainly play for fun. And I feel like with more serious tournaments, a lot of people just go to play to win something, and I don't really like to play like that. But I have gone to a few, and it has been really interesting. And I do like seeing all the competitive people, how aggressive they are. I love watching professionals because they're actually good at the game, and it's fun to just see like the kind of professional plays they make. That way, I can learn from it and kind of do the same thing whenever I play. So I do enjoy watching them a lot.
Gaming evolved over the years. Would you say that you like different games at different points in your life?
Yes, it has. I started off playing RPGs when I was very young. It's kind of evolved throughout time to playing like MOBAs and other kind of like shooters and all that. I still love RPGs, but I just love how different each genre is, but they still give me the same kind of enjoyment. My favorite genre are RPGs because they are very freeing. They let you move around. You can go on several different paths and enjoy the game at your own rate instead of following one single path that you have to get to at a certain time.
If everyone played video games to de-stress, do you think the world would be happier? Why?
I think yes and no. There are some games that, yeah, they let you relax and have fun. You don't really have to. It's kind of like an escape from the real world. But there are also some games that uh, they get a little aggravating and get you a little upset. And it's where the term tilted came from. So, yes, I feel like some people can just like be a lot happier playing video games, but others, I don't think so.
Do you get as excited about a new video game coming out like someone who gets excited about a new film coming out?
I do. Some of the games from the same companies that I've enjoyed playing for the past few years, I always love seeing what they have to come out with. And honestly, I do like seeing some new companies because they bring out some really interesting games that I would have never really thought I would like. But I do enjoy and love playing them afterward.
What are some things you've learned from video games that you can apply to the real world?
Hand-eye coordination is a big one for me, as almost every game requires hands and eyes simultaneously being used. And micromanagement is another one, as pretty much every game forces you to multitask.
How often do you play video games?
Usually after I get home from work, I sit down for a couple hours and play with my friends. And if I have any homework, I do that first. It depends.
What is your favorite video game and why?
My favorite video game is probably Super Smash Bros. Ultimate because of the vast amounts of characters and stages. Usually I go over to my friend's house and we play for hours and hours, and we just have a blast.
Have video games ever helped you through a tough conflict? How so?
Yeah, it helps me through stress or anxiety or other daily problems. For me, it helps me escape into other worlds or storylines I wouldn't be able to explore in real life.
What other things do you enjoy doing besides playing video games?
When I'm not gaming, I like to play basketball, watch anime or YouTube, hang out with my friends, and get as much sleep as possible.
Do you play video games online? Have you made any friends? Do you play games online with friends you already know?
Of course, usually when you play video games, you always meet someone new when you're playing online. And when I play with my friends, we usually only get to spend time together online rather than in real life because of their busy schedules. So it's a good way for us to hang out. Most definitely. After work or school, I'm really tired and stressed out, and video games is one of the only things that help me with that. I get to spend time with my friends and escape.
Do you play any video games that require something to be done in the real world? Do you have fun with these kinds of games? Why?
Yeah, I play Pokemon Go, and those games are only fun if you have friends or transportation. Usually they get kind of stale after a while.
Do you have products based off of video games like clothes or decorations?
I have a couple figures from League of Legends and a few clothes, but nothing crazy really.
Have you ever thought about pursuing a career in video games? If so, what and why?
Yeah, I've thought about it a lot throughout my life, but I've decided to pursue other passions, other goals, if you will. I feel like video games are more of a pastime you can enjoy with your friends.
Have you ever been to a video game convention? How was connecting with other gamers?
I've been to a few. It was nice to find other people with the same interests and passions as you, and I would definitely go again. It's a fun experience.
Do you enjoy watching people play video games? Why?
It depends on the person's personality, and if it pairs really well with the game, it makes for a great experience, and it's enjoyable overall.
Has your taste in gaming evolved over the years? Would you say that you like different games at different points in your life?
Overall, I would say I've only kept a couple of games from my childhood in my circle, but recently I've been getting into more competitive games.
What's your favorite genre of video game and why?
I prefer open world MMOs, as you get to do endless amounts of things like PvP, dungeons, quests. You can even tame pets with your friends. It's a lot of fun.
Do you get as excited about a new video game coming out like someone who would get excited about a new film coming out?
Oh, most definitely. It provides new opportunities and worlds for me and my friends to explore, and just a great time overall.